Welcome back. The birds are singing in Slane. It's a lovely May evening, just across the way actually. I was there about 15 years ago in that house. The late Terry Trench, with a wonderful chat there with Terry. We're back in Slane to talk with George Heise. George, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening. Thank you for coming here.
I didn't realise, but there are a couple of eating houses here in Slane. You have the Cunningham Arms and the renovated post office and a takeaway, a Chinese takeaway.
There always was, yeah.
So you're well catered for here in Slane.
We hope so, yes.
Yours is called, well actually you've got a troika business here. You've got three. You've got a delicatessen, you've got a pastry shop, George's Patisserie.
Right.
Let's get back to that later on. And the Poet's Rest.
And restaurant, yes.
This is the latest addition to your empire, is it?
I wouldn't call it an empire, but yes, it's we started in February in 2008, so just over a year now. February was our first anniversary.
Not Irish, George? You're not Irish, no?
From Munich.
Was that what you wanted to be when you were in Munich as a young boy? You wanted to be a chef, a pastry chef? Or?
Chef, yeah. Always wanted to be a chef when I grew up, and I achieved my ambition and worked around the world and on the QE2 and different places, yeah.
Yeah, you went to Bermuda, you went to Canada, you went to Switzerland, you went to Paris, you were in London, you served a meal to HRH Prince of Wales, you got a letter on the wall stating that he enjoyed it. Loads and loads of diplomas here. I'm just looking. I've never seen a wall so plastered with diplomas.
It's only a few, really. You have to show off a little bit to show the people what we can do, you know.
Why did you eventually decide to set up business in Ireland then, George?
Family reasons, really. My wife, Barbara, she's from the North. And we just come home. We had children by then, 3 children, and it was time for them to go to school. And we decided to come home for a lovely little school. We also bought the old mill house, Molly Johnson's Mill, 15 years ago. And we wanted to renovate it and do it up.
Did you know that the bottom story always gets flooded in the winter time?
So I hear, yes, no, it does get flooded. It still does.
Did you know that before you bought it?
We did as well.
Barbara O'Reilly, she's her maiden name. She's a local lady. She would have told you all about this anyway. Yeah.
Definitely, okay. Yes.
Can we wander out here? The restaurant. How's it doing, by the way? You opened about a year ago.
We opened a year ago. We had a great time all the way up till October, and then it slowed down a little bit. So I think recession is showing everywhere. People just don't go out as much as they used to. So we are struggling a little bit. So, yeah, but tough.
You source your food locally?
It's all local food, as much as we can get organic, but from local farmers, from local producers. Jim Ryan has fantastic lamb and some beef.
That's it, RD, Jim Ryan, isn't it? Yeah.
Here one's in Drogheda, which is freshly caught out in Clorhead and out in the Irish Sea. We get lobster and stuff from Angasson, from Terry, Butterley, which is fantastic also. We get organic vegetables, which is grown in Kildare by Deirdre O'Sullivan.
That's the Poet's Rest. That's the restaurant, which is doing very, very well. So much so that, hello and welcome to Nationwide. Michael Ryan will be down here shortly.
They're coming tomorrow. They're doing some filming, and hopefully they're going to broadcast it soon, yes.
Okay. All right. And this is a lovely, lovely area. This was the shop you opened in 2000, about 9 years ago. It's George's Patisserie.
That's right.
What's a patisserie now?
A French name, fancy name for a confectionery, bakery.
When you were specialising in on the QE2 and in Paris and Bermuda and Canada and London, were you a pastry chef or?
No, I'm actually a trained chef by background, but we obviously have to do our pastry training as part of chef's training, and certain things you pick up over the years as you go along, and in 20 years I picked up a few things and transferred it here into the shop. All the confectionery we do here is all like continental style cakes and gâteaux, everything from a Black Forest to cheesecake to apple tarts to French tarts to croque-en-bouche and wedding cakes and all kind of goodies.
You make all these yourself?
Everything from scratch, in-house, from only good ingredients, no mixes or no ready food, whatever. All butter, real vanilla, real sugar. Heavy on calories.
We talk some more. Better break for some music. What kind of music do you like, George?
I like jazz.
Jazz. Traditional jazz, old-time jazz, new jazz, funky jazz, just
jazz.
Jazz. Let's have some jazz. Jazz it is, jazz it was. Hope you enjoyed it. George Heise is the man's name. He is based in Slane. He's originally from Munich, Germany. And he moved to Slane, to Ireland, in year 2000 because there was a woman involved, Barbara O'Reilly. And Barbara now is she working on the premises? Does she work with you?
She's not actually, no. Barbara is an air hostess with British Airways, and she's busy doing her own job. And she's setting up an organic farm now at our little plot down at the mill house. So she's learning how to be an organic horticulturist.
So you're looking after all three businesses on your own?
Not on my own. I mean, I have some staff working for me who are great, and without them, nothing would happen.
We mentioned the Poet's Rest, which is the restaurant that opened in 2008. The George's Patisserie, where you buy the bread and the cakes and all that sort of stuff, opened your first business in year 2000. So where's the third one?
The extension really to the patisserie is our Delicatessen.
Where's that?
Delicatessen is really next door. And,
here, are we in it now? Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, yeah, all right.
Where we sell all kind of goodies, again, mainly Irish if possible. Again, products from like farmers markets and people who produce nice stuff like Mrs. Cheese Jam, Janet Larder, she has all pickles and stuff like this. Foylands is a different kind of jam, and honeys.
Whiskey marmalade?
Whiskey
What's
marmalade.
all that about?
Just good stuff which you don't really find in other places. Nice oils and vinegars, home traditional organic pastas, nice olives. We have organic wine, which are imported by Urs Tobler. He's an organic wine expert. So there's French, Swiss, German, Spanish, Italian wines.
Now, you've put an awful lot of effort into your businesses, but how has business been during the economic downturn?
I mean, we do notice that business has gone back, unfortunately, a little bit. The shop and the patisserie still keep their own. The restaurant, people don't go out as much as they used to. They maybe only go out once a month now instead of once every week. Family parties may not happen as much as they used to. Christmas parties was very little. But the shop and the cakes are still going strong. Delicatessen, maybe people don't buy as much as they used to, but they're still buying some nice stuff, and they treat themselves ever so often.
And I mentioned the competition in Slane. We have the Cunningham Arms, we have the renovated post office. I think there's a Turkish gentleman running a very successful restaurant down there. I didn't know about the Chinese takeaway. Has that been here long?
Yeah, Chinese takeaway always was down the road. There's another takeaway up at the petrol station, Macari's, which people can have their burger and the stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's competition.
A lot of competition, George.
Good competition. We don't mind competition. The more the better. The more people come to Slane, we hope.
If you were Minister for Finance, who's it, Lenihan, and you could wave your wand tomorrow to help small and medium-sized businesses in this country, in our area, LMFM, what would you do to make it more easy to survive this economic recession?
I just maybe give them some slack or some time for a longer period of time before they have to pay back their overdrafts. So they say, okay, we can keep on hanging in there, maybe not making a profit for this year or